Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2 as Great Britain. I'm Katori87, and it looks like we have a fight on our hands. Our mission today is to sink 6 transports. Looks like we have a convoy attack, and we are bringing quite the collection of ships to our battle here. We have a couple of battle cruisers along with heavy cruisers in our scouting group. In our main fleet, we have the Juggernaut and Hercules. And we also have a number of carriers. The old fleet carrier Impermeable and the 2 older CVLs, Maxton and Samantha. So we've got quite a bit of strike power there. Hopefully we'll also be able to protect ourselves from airstrikes. More significantly though, I think we're not going to have a whole lot of chance for that stuff, because sunset is coming soon. And that means we have a chance to inflict more heavy damage on the enemy during a night fight with radar-directed guns. So we mostly just have to hang on and find the enemy during the day, and then we can engage them at night and crush them with our superior gunnery. Alrighty, so let's get things started with a little bit of recon. There we go. And there is no way we're going out that far. They are definitely not that far out. All right, we're going to set a recon range of 110. That seems pretty good. Don't really see much reason for them to go any further than that. And then the main force, we're also going to shorten that up. I doubt they're going to go very far. They're probably going to get turned back by evening, but we'll send them out that far. Alright, and then the carrier force, well, I don't see any ships in this group that would have dedicated recon planes, so I'm going to tell them not to launch a search. Alright, no search. And we also need to start readying whatever strikes we have. So let's start prepping those up right now. Oh man, poor numbers. We've got some dive bombers. We have some torpedo bombers. And you know what? I think I'm also going to grab a few fighters as well. We're only going to grab, let's see. I'm feeling 6. Seems good. Dive bombers are going to load a medium payload. Hurricanes, torpedo bombers are taking a torpedo because they kind of have to. Actually, heck, if the torpedo bombers don't have a shorter range than the dive bombers, I might as well go with heavy load on the dive bombers too. Okay, that looks good. Actually, hang on. What's our deck load? 33. Okay, let's drop that down. Okay, so 14 and 4. That seems like a pretty good group. Gonna ready those up, and then we're gonna grab another set so we can launch a second group. There we go. Ready those up. Should probably set priority target. Carriers. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. Haven't seen that before. But we do have all of these fellows readying up. So that's good. Carrier Division 9. Rocking torpedo bombers and fighters. And I think we're going to do a similar thing here. Full set of torpedo bombers, full set, and a small flight of fighters to escort should do the trick. And that way they at least have some sort of cover. Alright, that is all set. It'll take probably 20 minutes for them to get ready, and hopefully we'll have enemies spotted by then. Also, given the time of day, I really do wish this... Well, no, I'm glad it's night. It's afternoon approaching evening, because that means we have a chance to not have to worry about aircraft. We want to launch search float planes? Yes. And yes. Alright, float planes are out. Ooh, search float planes from the impenetrable as well? That's interesting. Yep. Launch those off. I wonder, did they have a launch failure? And of course, this float planes completely bypass the most important thing. Yep, they just found us. And another group is headed our way. So they're definitely operating in this area. Can't tell exactly what they're from, but there goes another search wave. I can see the occasional green dots of their recon planes flying past. Ooh. Looks like one of our scouts is under attack. And I can't tell where that is. Probably too busy trying to not get shot down to radio in a proper report, so I understand. I am just disappointed, though. All right, we need to pick our speed up here so we can actually get to the fight in time. And you know what? We're going to pick our speed up here as well. 24 knots, that seems pretty good. How fast were the Maxtons as well? 28. Okay, so those should not have any problem keeping up. Our limiting factor is the fleet carrier. Moving right along. Looks like our recons have reached their limits and are turning back. Hopefully we get some reports. Aha! We have our first report. One heavy cruiser. I don't think that is quite enough to be worth launching on. I need something a little bit more than that. Here we go. Unknown radar contacts. Bingo, we have something. We'll drop down to 28 knots. And these guys are not doing a very good job of forming core. Oh well, hopefully they do form line now. And we have a second report. Second report, same cruiser. Thank you. Well, it is overcast. Maybe they flew above the clouds and didn't see anything. Not a good plan, but, you know, sometimes pilots are silly. And those are headed straight for us. Let's start taking some evasive action, because I doubt that those are the convoy. That's probably the escorts. There's the convoy. Okay. Well, should I launch a strike on the convoy? I think I'm going to send at least something. Alright, we're going to send some torpedo bombers off of the escort group. So let's grab... we'll send the strike wing from the Maxton. Alright, those two. Priority target transports. Target location. Plop that right down there. Ooh. Time at target almost midnight? That's not a good plan. And unselecting the fighters doesn't change anything. I think I'm going to cancel these strikes. Because I cannot get them anywhere in time to be useful. So I'd rather not have fueled and ready aircraft on deck. So I'm going to stand these down. No sense sending them out without a chance of survival. So we're going to stand down those. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other carrier division, because it is essentially useless at this point. Unless we're able to maintain contact with the enemy until the next morning, then we can send out more strikes. But that's going to be quite a while, given that it's winter in this hemisphere, so relatively long night. Okay, are my cruisers going to start forming up? Honestly, I think I'm going to detach the cruisers and start sending them on ahead. let them put those 8-inch machine guns to good use. And these fellows, I think I'm going to send this way on intercept course. That convoy is racing north, and I want to see if we can catch it. Not that I expect it'll still be alive by the time the battleships reach it, but you never know. There's always that possibility. Oh, that is a big convoy. We've got sightings, we have reports. Would you mind targeting something? No, nothing yet. Yeah, those are definitely running around like destroyers. I do not like that. So we're going to do a little bit of a dodge and weave. We're going to cut across the stern of these merchants. Try not to get torpedoed by them. I believe the appropriate tactic here is called stern camping. And yep, I'm starting to see some shell fire at these transports. We got one stopped. We've got hits on the large merchant, so it's probably going to stop pretty soon too. Yeah. And look at that. They are slowing down. 1 down, 2 down, 3, 4 in the process of sinking now. And the heavy cruisers are taking their toll fast. Although, I think I want them to target the destroyer division. Let's see. 1 Yayoi, 2 Yayoi. Alright, we're going to take this one. There we go. Shifting fire. And we are getting more damage on them. Destroyers are starting to move in for a charge. Break off. Break off the attack. And let's start taking evasion. Enemy aircraft approaching who? What? Who's approaching what? Ooh, dive bomber. 6 Shukas. Sounds more like a Russian plane than a Japanese plane, but okay, we'll take it. Accelerate to maximum speed. Alright guys, let's get a few more hits maybe. And Afridi is doing a very poor job of doing much. And why would you fire torpedoes there? That's a bad plan. At least you only launched 2, but still. What is going on? 3 medium hits? Oh, man. You are not having any good luck today, are you, Destroyer? Did I forget to pause that? That's embarrassing. Alrighty, well, we need to build some more corvettes. Another batch of 12. Start throwing those out there. And 12, 10, 7. I think it's also time for 3 more destroyers. Ooh, Arbalest class. Arbalest class, not Jackals. We'll do another batch of 3. Oh man, burning through that budget. Alrighty, we have submarines, still 13 months before any of those are ready. So, if I was doing things properly, I should have those on a rolling construction project as well. But, not too worried about it. It'll work out. Let's see. One more turn for that to finish. How's my air groups doing? Looks like these fellows are mostly pretty well stood up. At this point, we've got all of the air wings. And... Airbase Takao has more air wing storage. Where is Takao? Is that one of my Southeast Asian spots? Let's see, Takao. Yes, yes it is. Not in the immediate vicinity of anything I'm actually hugely worried about. But yeah, we'll take it. What kind of opposition do we have here? Japan has 3 battle cruisers, 3 carriers, 3 carriers. Oh wow. So they are actually doing a pretty good job in trying to contest us there. Okay. Well, let's see. The Rock is up to fair experience. I think it's time to active fleet her as well. And I also think it is time. Well, hang on. We've got both I-boats out here. Why is... I don't know. Invincible had problems of some sort. Okay, that's what's going on. Fair enough. I'll accept that. But while she's doing that, let's upgrade her radar. Oh no, no available sets. How could I misread what 0 meant? Okay. Well, I can't. Well, I guess that means I don't have any in Southeast Asia. What about over here? Nope, I guess I straight up have 0 radar sets. Whoops. That is unfortunate. At least we've got plenty of arbalists here that are fully equipped. Jackals are looking pretty good too. Let's see, 2 months for that to come back. And that's in Northern Europe, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. Man, we're taking fairly distressing losses amongst our capital ships, and I do believe that we need to start getting some of our SAM launchers out to the Pacific Theater. So I'm going to grab a batch of 4 arbalists, and we're going to move these to Southeast Asia. And while we're at it, I wonder, let's see, where else do we have? Are they still trying to contest South Pacific as well? Yes, yes they are. Alright, let's send 2 more arbalists to the South Pacific. Because every little bit counts. Okay, those are on their way to the South Pacific, and we have our corvettes were also ordered to spread out. Yep, Med, West Africa, sounds good. Can't think of anything else to do. We've ordered new construction. We've got all of our ships are pretty well assigned. Technically, I do still have a few ships in mothballs, but I don't particularly think it's worth worrying about. We'll leave them there. Okay, next turn, I guess? Oh, another cruiser intercept. This time it's the Conquest. Let's see what we get. Ooh, an older cruiser. And what do we got? What do we got? Oh, namesake of the class. I guess this is one of my trade protection cruisers. I have no idea what we are about to face. The good news is we have all day to face it, though, so we'll just run the clock there. Ultra fast. I don't know if I want us to encounter something or if I don't want us to. Yep, no contact. Fleet is over. No more searching. Just out of curiosity, what would we have faced? French Amiral Cecile. Ah, nuts. We totally could have taken that. Okay. Where were they? Oh, they were down here. So they moved us in the wrong... So they were doing the forces move forward procedure, and I guess they moved the French ship past the correct starting spot? Oh well, I'm not objecting. Every turn the enemy is blockaded is more victory points for me. Oh, nuts. Latest army offensive was halted by the enemy after a 200-yard advance, despite several waves of attacks. And that's why you don't trust the army with anything. Give them money and they'll lose it. Give them a reactor, they'll blow it up. Don't give anything to the army. Ooh, we finished construction of an airbase in Malaya. Good. Copy air group from Saipan. Yes. Alright, 10 more corvettes. Ooh, torpedo technology. Research breakthrough. Anechoic plating. Okay. New torpedo bomber ready. It is faster than expected. Ooh, I like that. Enemy submarine torpedoed and sunk a destroyer. Corvette. 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 Flying boats sunk a submarine. Enemy submarine sunk a corvette. Ooh, large liner is sunk. Fantastic. That'll drive down the tension levels. And overall numbers are going down. And it still ain't great, but that's actually pretty good. What the? We have a blockade against Japan? How do we have a blockade against Japan? I am so confused. They have a dreadnought there, and 400 aircraft. Is it in mothballs? Oh, maybe it's under reconstruction. And they are stepping up their concentration of forces in Asia. Do they still have stuff down in the South Pacific? Yeah, they've drawn that down. Okay. I do think, though, that we're going to send a few more corvettes overseas. I'm going to grab these West African boats. Actually, let's see. What's the... No, West Africa is not a good plan. We're going to grab the Mediterranean boats and send those to Southeast Asia. Try and get some more corvettes just to blunt their convoy attacks, etc. And we'll have to send some replacements along the way as well. Okay, so we'll take the ones from the Med. And we're going to move these on to Southeast Asia. We're going to grab another 6 and send those to the South Pacific. There you go. Move right along. And we're going to grab another 10. There we go, another 10. and park those in the Mediterranean. There we go. Get those forces concentrated. And we had a bunch more corvettes finish up. So we're going to put those on trade protection. Hooray. And what else? It is time for another batch of corvettes. There we go. And do I have any other movements to do? Not that I can think of. Alrighty. Can I afford to start an invasion? Well, right now, the forces are pretty well even, I think. Yeah, well, it says we got 117 to their 188. So if I start planning an invasion now, it's not going to go great. Don't think that'll trigger, but they have to retreat to deal with that blockade. Alright, what kind of forces are we facing against here? So I see... Well, I would mouse over it, but Britain is rocking a fleet strength of 456. Germany's rocking a fleet strength of 326. France is rocking a fleet strength of 276. So between the two of them, they have me outmatched. But one-on-one, we've got them beat. So I guess that's why we're blockading them? Huh. Doesn't particularly make sense to me, but sure, I'll take it. Excuse me. Let's see, anything else? Not that I can think of. Next turn. Ooh, carrier battle against France. And it's not even showing me the full list of stuff. So we're seeing battleship, battlecruiser, a pre-dreadnought. What? That can't be right. 11 cruisers, 4 light cruisers, 10 carriers, 3 light carriers, 6... Okay. That is a lot of aircraft. A lot of land-based aircraft. Let's see, and it is February, which means foul weather and not good aircraft conditions, which puts the advantage squarely on the gunships. I accept. Ooh, and France is actually accepting. Real quick, let's verify. Do they actually have any pre-dreads? No, they most definitely do not. So that must have been a bad intel report. Alright, and we want to attack enemy shipping in general. Sounds good to me. Okay, here we are. And of course it spawns us well into the afternoon without enough time to actually do anything. And the weather's so nice too. Partly cloudy, gentle breeze, northwest. All those villains. Sometimes I don't like the battle spawner. But here we go. We have all of the carriers. Glorious, victorious, well, glorious and triumphant. The fantastic beasts. We got some cruisers. And we have Behemoth and Leviathan. What do we have up north? Wow, that is very, very separated. Okay, some light cruisers, a couple of battle cruisers. Okay. So we've got carrier force and scout force, and it looks like that is it. Okay, so that means we get to start worrying about, oh, no, hang on, not strikes yet. Recons. Alright, we need full-length recons in order to actually find anything. And then we're going to do the same off of the carrier force, full strength flight group. And, well, I'm hoping they're pointing us in the right direction. Let's see, just randomly, if I was to pick this location, and I was to send these fellows, they would be reaching the target at sunset if we leave right now, and they would not be landing in good conditions at all. I don't think it's even worthwhile readying, because that just makes them vulnerable to enemy high-risk airstrikes. Okay, we'll just start this going, see what we find, and hopefully we'll be able to close and engage during night action. Alright, we got our first report, and yep, they are further away than us. We'll pick up the pace here and start heading... Of course they spawn right next to their home port. But we're going to start heading this way. And we are picking up the pace on this group as well. Actually, hang on. Is everyone able to keep up? Glorious, victorious, yada. Yeah, they should be able to. Just to be safe, we'll do 26 knots. Just to ensure that they can keep up. And... yeah, there's definitely stuff in this area, so we're going to head over there and see what we can find. 6 heavy cruisers, good. That is the sort of thing that I want to engage with my battle cruisers. The armor on a heavy cruiser is just enough to arm the shells on my 16-inchers. And hopefully it doesn't put up any sort of serious opposition. More reports? No. Don't see anything else too fancy here, so we're just going to keep on rolling. Turn on the radar marks so I can see what's they're looking for. And at the rate we're going, nothing is going to happen. We're getting well into the night. Oh man, I'm going to have to do a full 360-degree search at this point. They've had enough time to get anywhere. I have no idea where they could have ended up. Hopefully I don't get a report about fleets far apart. And then of course here comes the weather. Just in time. Oh, cruiser Niobe is down to 20% fuel. Oh, she's running at flank speed. Alright, we gotta drop down. I don't want to run out of fuel this close to home. That would be very embarrassing. Alright, catapults are out. Search planes. Yes. 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 Yep, get those things out. Oh god, even Behemoth is running low on fuel. Yeah, we're calling this fight off. We're going to just head straight home. And if we find anything, I'll be very surprised. Yep, send out more search planes. Well, Cap has found one of our recons, so I know that they exist. But, yeah, we're just not going to engage. Not when I've burned this much fuel. That was very much a mistake. Yep, send out some more search planes. Do we have any fresh reports? There's a destroyer. Yeah, I don't see it as being worthwhile. We're just going to end this. Even though it's a nice fleet action, I totally botched it and burnt all my fuel, so I can't actually risk a fight. We're just going to have everyone enter. Oh, torpedoed enemy cruiser. Huzzah! Fantastic. They had 1 battlecruiser and 5 carriers out. 6 carriers. Wow, we got lucky. Where was our submarine? Okay, and the majority of their force was all the way down here. And those are some nice looking carriers with horribly unpronounceable names. Armagnac, Panleve, Waldeck Rousseau, Laborde. Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to pronounce those. I don't know, these horrible names are even making me start to reconsider playing France in my next campaign. Definitely going to have to stick with names that I can actually pronounce. Or just accept the fact that I'm going to horribly mutilate everything. Okay. Well, it's a pity we didn't get a good fight out of this one, but at least we didn't have any significant losses, so we'll take it. Minor victory, 1 prestige, huzzah. I don't think this is worth a name. All we did was wander around and not shoot anything, and then one of our submarines got lucky. So I don't think this is worthy of a name. Ooh, blockade is causing problems in Germany. Carrier Unicorn has condenser trouble. 10 corvettes. Destroyer North Star, interesting name there. Enemy is looking for a negotiated peace without any sort of reparations. Absolutely not. Crush them. Ooh, peace concluded. Our side gaining large territories, considerable war reparations. Ooh, and Japan returns Borneo. Good. Okay, we have 6 allowed value. Should I actually take anything? Well, a value of 6 is pretty significant. Well, actually, no, it's not. That's not all that much. But I think I'm going to take this as reparations. A little bit unfortunate. I couldn't drive 3 nations to collapse, but okay, we'll take it. I'll take the war reparations instead of a territory. I think that's more useful at this point. And there goes my budget. Ooh, air sea rescue. That is good news. Improves pilot survival and mitigates experience degradation from air losses. And of course, now we realize that bigger air bases are important. Alright. And let's see. Oh god. The budget. The budget. What can we do? Actually, that was not much of a budgetary reduction. Let's see, how bad are things here? Well, a lot of our corvettes did disappear, as expected, but they were 500 tonners, and I fully expected that. And of course, all the ones under construction are gone as well, which actually is saving us a lot of money. Alright. The other good news is that I can take all of these air bases and plop them right into reserve. And save a huge chunk of budget there. Actually, I wonder if there's even such a thing as mothballs. And there is a reserve up here, but the main thing is having flying boats out and about. Okay, so those are good. Let's see, what can we do over here? I do want to spend a little bit of money expanding the airfield at Way Highway. Because that is a hugely important base. Let's see, where to go, where to go. Here we go, Way Highway. Expand. And then, who knows, actually, hang on. Next opponent, USA. Which means Halifax, St. John, Hamilton, what else? Yeah, we got that. Nassau? Yeah, actually, I don't even think we'll do Nassau. Not really worth it. Okay, ships are back. Let's start pulling these guys back home. So, sort by location. All ships in the Indian Ocean. Well, okay, that arbalists. We'll move you all back to Northern Europe. There we go. Comuses, you keep doing what you're doing. Okay, these fellows need to move home as well. Back you go, Northern Europe. What else? Northern Europe is looking good. We'll take care of mothballing all of those momentarily. I will go through and mothball all the ships I need to. Actually, you know what? Let's do that right now since we're in the Northern Europe area. Let's see. We want all of the capital ships on reserve. There we go. Already, huge chunk of budget saved. The conquests. Oh no, we're down to 2. Well, off to mothballs you go. Pandoras can go on reserve. And the Dakars can also go on reserve. The carriers, we want those on active to maintain crew quality. Let's see, what else? CVLs are looking fine. These Derwents go... Actually, heck, these Derwents need to go in for a refit. Can't really think of much else to do with them, so we'll just do a quick paint and patch and send them on their way. Clear that obsolete warning. And actually, we can also do the same thing and immediately rebuild these fellows. That way I don't have to worry about them. Okay, then we have our Dependence corvettes. We've got some Jeds. More Dependence corvettes. Stowers. Red poles. Heck, all the way down to the... There we go. All of you, mothballs. Okay, not mothballing the inconsiderable. I want you on reserve. That's fine. The rest of the red poles can go in mothballs. Okay, those guys are in reserve. Gurkhas. Oop, hang on, not that. There we go. All of you can go into mothballs. Actually, I'm probably going to rebuild a lot of those with more modern ASW capabilities, but... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. So Lances can go in mothballs. The Gurkhas we need to refit. And they want a forward ASW mortar. And we'll afford it by ditching some of our mines. So we'll go down to 8 mines apiece. Unfortunate, but necessary. Actually, you know what? We'll drop that down and keep the mines. And anything else? I think that's good. That still leaves a little bit of spare weight for whatever other refits happen, so yeah. Oh, hang on. Fire control. Is that something I want to upgrade? No. That's good enough. Save. Select. Rebuild those. Where'd those other Gurkhas go? There we go. Rebuild, select, and off you go to the yards. Let's see. The Jeds look like they've been rebuilt, so I don't need to do anything to those. Stowers look like they've been rebuilt. Actually, let's do a quick double check. 2 K guns and an ASW mortar. Yep, they have been properly re-equipped. Okay, red poles, those also been re-equipped, so those are good. Lances have been re-equipped. Pandoras, those are cruisers, so can't do much about those. Garys. Yeah, these need a little bit. I'm not too worried about the depth charge storage, but I do want the mortar. And let's see, how can we pay for that? There we go. Alright, so they're gaining the mortar, which is a significant bonus to their ASW. Hang on, fire control, not the best available. Okay, these do need to get upgraded, so advanced director. And I guess we'll have to drop another A gun. Unfortunate, but actually, hang on. Let's get some more. There we go, that looks better. Getting some of those medium AA guns so they benefit from the AA director. And we still have a little bit of weight remaining. Better fire control. They should be slapping in some radar as well. Actually, I think they already have... Oh, they don't have radar yet. Hopefully that does get added during the rebuild. And we're just going to send all of these Garys in for refits. Every single one. There we go. Off you go for rebuilds. Well, it's not exactly cheap. I may end up regretting that, but oh well. Okay, how are things doing up here? Pandora's looking good. Elmsgarths and other stuff. So corvettes can go on mothballs. Corvettes go on mothballs. Carriers looking good. Juggernauts. Oh yeah, we also have this Waveney class. I am not going to rebuild those yet. Actually, you know what? There, the only one that doesn't go in mothballs from this set is the Juggernaut. There we go, mothballs. And then the new Sarias. All the way down here, mothballs. Ooh, look at that, my budget is starting to recover. Okay, carriers looking good. Anything else? We got cruisers are okay, light cruisers are okay. Oh, we've got a few jackals here. So, jackals. can go in reserve. Actually, you know what? Nah, we'll mothball them. They've done good service, but it's time to mothball them. Now is the time of the Arbalist. And even those are getting stepped down a little bit. Reserve fleet. Okay, Tribune's looking good. Derwent. Those things needed rebuilds. Oh, come on. There we go. Select. Yes. And, oh, it scrolled me all the way back to the top. Those villains. Alright, let's see. Derwent. Those look good. Rebuild, select, okay. Anything else remaining? Looks like mostly Comus class. Those are on foreign station. Those are fine. Those are fine. Man, what happened to my... Oh, yeah, we've got ships in Southeast Asia. Let's start sending those guys home. Well, Derwent needs a rebuild. So start with that. I'm gonna come back down this way. Alright, so first things first, South Pacific. All ships in the South Pacific. Move home, Northern Europe. Well, as soon as the Laertes is able to move, we'll have to move her. And then we get to the Southeast Asian fleet. Oh boy. Well, the good news is they're all going to be able to move. And back to Northern Europe you go. And I think that's pretty well covered. All ships that need orders have orders. Let's see, quick review. So, tonnage type looks good. Yep, those ships are heading back. Those ships are heading back. That looks good. So keep on scrolling down. All the cruisers look okay. Northeast Asia, Caribbean, Mediterranean. But those are foreign station ships, so I'm not too worried about them. The active fleet ships are on orders to go back home, so that is good. On your mothballs, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Those are all looking good. Alright, I think that's it. Well, we will call this a effective conclusion to the war. It's a little bit unexpected, but sure, we'll take it. Okay, and guess I will call this episode to a close here. Until next time, Katori87 signing off.